Hey guys, welcome to No Closed Doors. I wanted to jump on here tonight because I wanted to talk about SMV. What does that mean? That stands for sexual market value. And that means that could apply to anyone, but today I want to talk about women. And if you are questioning yourself if you should leave your relationship, if maybe this isn't the man that you want to be with, and you think that grass is going to be greener on the other side, it might not. You need to consider what you have in front of you. You need to look at the man that you have in front of you, and maybe you just need to communicate with him and work on your relationship with him and see if you guys can reconcile. Because if you're thinking about all the stories of women saying, I'm a boss bitch, I'm single, I'm living life, I'm dating men, it's great. And that kind of appeals to you, well, I want you to think about your SMV. Because if you think grass is greener on the other side, you might be regretting your decision about leaving the man that you have. So, first I want to talk about, on a simple level, let's bring it down, keep it simple. What do men want? Or I guess, what do they find attractive considering the sexual market value? All men want a woman that looks good. And if you think, oh, he'll love me for me and love me because I'm an independent, strong woman. Honestly, ladies, men do not give a shit if you're a strong, independent woman. They don't care about that. They want a woman that looks great on their arm. They want a woman that has nice hair, a pretty face, good skin, she's in shape, she takes care of herself, she carries herself well. This is what men want. They don't want a boss bitch on their arm that's going to tell him how to live life. They don't want that. Now, they also want traditional values. Most men, high value men, for the men that ladies should be wanting, you should want a high value man. He wants someone that has traditional values, that puts a man and woman's roles, in a sense, in the right perspective, and just kind of knows your feminine side. A man wants a woman that is feminine and willing to accept her feminine nature. That's what they want. And they want their woman to be into them, loyal, and take care of them. Beyond that, if we take care of our men, they will take care of us. And I know that there's a lot of women that, oh, I'm a boss bitch. I don't need a man. I can take care of myself. Believe me, I have gone through that phase. I thought the same thing. I thought, I don't need a man. I'm doing my own thing. I have my own job. I make my own money. All of that. Which, maybe I don't need a man necessarily. I don't need him to step in and pay my bills and all of that. And I don't need a man to take care of me necessarily in that sense. However, I think we all need to be real with ourselves and know that we all want a man. We all want a high quality man. At the end of the day, we want someone to give us attention. We want someone to save us if we get a flat tire on the side of the road. Are you going to call your best friend and say, girl, I got a flat tire, come help me change it? No. You're going to call a man, whether that's the man you have in your life, whether that's the tow truck driver. A man is going to come to your rescue if you want to accept if you don't need a man in your life at all. Now, let's talk about high value men for just a second. What do high value men want? They, most of the time, if you put yourself, picture yourself in your 20s, your 20-year-old version, and your 30-year-old self, and maybe you haven't hit 40, so just picture yourself, or you are in your 40s. Picture yourself in each decade. Which age do you think a high-value man is going to pick of you? They're going to pick the one that's in the 20s. That's your peak. Women, ladies, that is your peak of your sexual market value when you were in your 20s. Even if you compete with yourself. I know I'm in my 30s. I know that if my 20-year-old was standing next to me, my man would choose my 20-year-old self. Guaranteed. I would choose that. And we all know that we all want to go back to our 20s. That's for a reason. Men want that too. So you have to realize that if you're sitting at home, you're miserable, you're thinking about, oh, maybe I should leave my husband. The grass is greener on the other side. I'll just find someone better. There's better men out there. You have to go through a lot of shit to find a good man. There's probably one compared to 20. So you have to go through a lot of shit. And most of the men are looking for the younger ladies. So if you're entering this stage and you're in your 30s or you're in your 40s, 50s, older, cold hard truth, good luck. Yes, men want a woman that has good character and morals and values and hopefully traditional values. Yes, men, that's important for them, but that's not as important as it is for us. So ladies, you need to consider your SMV before you leave your current situation. You need to consider the other side. And maybe you just need to reconcile your relationship. Maybe you just need to sit that man down. I see women all the time complaining about how can I get me and my man back to having sex? How can we go on dates again? How can we even stand to be around each other again? Believe me, I went through the same thing. You have to self-reflect and you have to realize what the problems are in your relationship, and communicate about it, and know that it takes two to make a good relationship, and it takes two to make a bad one. So you need to think about that. And he is supposed to be your partner. I know that probably some of you are in relationships and it's a shitty relationship. I'm not saying reconcile with a piece of shit man. Definitely get rid of him. But if you're on the fence and you're not sure and you're debating these, he has some good qualities over here and he has some shitty qualities over here. He's not a piece of shit man completely. There is hope. There are things that you can work on and focus on. So try that. Because there are stats out there, ladies, that you can interview 100 guys and they might say that only 3% of women are marriageable material. That's a problem in our society and our gender, ladies. That's absolutely ridiculous. We need to be the backbones for our men, just like they're our backbone that we lean on. We need to be thinking as a team. And I think where you start with that is you self-reflect, figure out your problems, figure out your strengths, figure out your partner's strengths and his problems, and you guys need to communicate about it. You need to be communicating about it open and honestly. But I just wanted to jump on here and tell you, ladies, think about your SMV before you tell your husband deuce, because it's rough out here. It is rough, it's painful, and the grass is not always greener on the other side. And if you want to be a boss bitch, whatever that means, you need to look inside and you need to fix yourself. Because if you're wanting to leave one guy and you think it's all him and you're fine, and you want to find a new guy and you haven't fixed yourself, you're just going to be blaming the new guy, and you're just going to be rotating through guy and guy thinking that all these men are the problem when it's probably you. All right, ladies, think about your SMV, leave me a comment, and yeah, hit the like button and subscribe.